Hello Lolas, so I am here with baby Puckalooey, Mr. Puckapoo. I know some of my face is going to be cut off. It's okay guys, you don't need to see all that. It ain't that deep. First of all, let me say, if you're watching this video, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you click the bell for notifications. I am aware that sometimes it does not work, so just check back for videos in the morning and in the evenings. That's usually when I upload. Also, if you're wondering who this little baby is in my arms, this is Mr. Puck. That is his sculpt name. It's Puck by Lilianne Breedveld. He is a full body silicone baby, and he has armatures in his arms but not in his legs. He's poured an Equiflex 20, and I think that is about enough on that. I call him Puckapoo, Puckaroo, Puckalooey, Puck Santana. Did I say Puck Santana already? Anyway, but he is Puck. Sorry. So I think it was in my group. No, it might have not been in my group. It was on my page. One of my Facebook friends, Nichelle, I'll give her credit for this. She brought something up that was very interesting. She said she is trying to collect and not trade, not be a trader. She want to be a collector, not a trader. It made a lot of sense. It's like, when you think about it, that's basically what some of us do, including myself. Like, I've been more of a trader than a collector, because I just trade up, trade down, trade, you know, not necessarily do trades with people, like, or whatever, but meaning I collect dolls, and then when the newest model come out or something new come out, I trade it out for that. And that's really honestly not where I want to be right now, which is why you see Mr. Puck is still here, Lizzie is still here, because they're babies that I've collected that I really love, and they have different qualities about each one of them that just really pulls at my heart, and I really don't want to have to sell them to get another baby. So I had decided that I just wouldn't collect as often or as much, so that I would be able to just save up. If I decide I want another baby, then I could just do that, instead of trading out, because what happens is sometimes you let go of a baby that you're really bonded to, you really like, there's nothing wrong with the baby, but you want something new, and when you get that new one into your collection, it may not be all that you thought it was going to be, but you've already let go one that you really enjoyed. And so I've also did the little trick where I'll keep both. I'll bring one home, keep the other one until I see which one I like, and then I'll send the other one off. But over time, I will miss, you know, certain qualities, certain things about that particular baby. Like Jade, I miss her skin tone. I miss her, you know, how, you know, flexible she was. I miss her having the armatures in both her arms and her legs where I could just pose her all different ways. That was my April by Claire Taylor. And yeah, so it's and by the way, congrats to MzGirlWhat Lily here on YouTube and Facebook. She just got her April, and oh my gosh, she is so cute. Actually, she's like one of the cutest versions I've seen. So I really like her. You know, each one of them look like totally different, which is kind of cool. But it's a very small edition, so I like that. I like smaller editions versus bigger editions, unless it's like a kit, you know, like Puck. I think it's like 12 in his edition, so I don't mind that because it's a kit. But the other editions, I like them to be pretty much on the small side. I still think 12 is a low number, considering the fact that, you know, they're going all over the world, and that's really not that many when you think about it. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I think a lot of us do that. We trade out our babies so much, and we don't hold on to anything. And then over the years, you'll be talking about, oh, remember when I had this baby, when I had that baby? Some you probably won't even remember. I would love to be able to still have some of those. I didn't brush his hair or anything like that. I was going to change his clothes, but I really didn't want to change his clothes. I was just going to do it for the video and everything, and I decided, no, I'm not. That's something else that I want to get into with you guys, about taking care of our dolls that we spend so much money on. I know a lot of times people say, oh, I don't want to see her just holding a baby, or I don't want to see her, you know, just talking or whatever. I don't want to, you know, oh, I want to, you know, put them in a new outfit. I bought all these clothes. I want to show off, you know, what I just bought. So I want to change my baby every video and all this, especially when you have a smaller edition. I think that is a lot of wear on your baby. I used to do it in the beginning. As time went on, I started spending more money on my dolls, so I started being a little bit more cautious about it. I don't think that it will bother a lot of the dolls of high quality. I think that changing them thousands of times really not going to do a lot damage to them. You may get somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be like tremendous or paint loss or something like that. With the silicones, you may lose some matting, but the paint, you shouldn't be losing the painting and stuff like that. But I think you should enjoy them the way that you want to. I'm just saying that if you have a smaller collection, you don't have that many to rotate into changing. And if you're really not feeling like changing them, like, why are you doing it just for the video? Like, I'm not gonna put extra wear on my collection just to please people on camera, because they're not gonna pay for these babies for me. You know what I mean? So I think it's perfectly okay if you come on and the baby's wearing the same thing. When I first started doing my videos, you almost never see my babies repeat an outfit, because they always, I would literally change my whole collection before I do a video, and I would show what they were wearing and all that stuff. That's fun and that's okay. And I still kind of change, like last night I changed Ryder. I moved Ryder into my bedroom. He has a little seat in there, and I moved him back in there because I've had them out in like my little office / work room, and the sunlight, I noticed certain times of the day I move the curtains to keep the sun out, but I noticed that the sun moves throughout the day, and then it'll be like a little bit of sun on their toe, or a little bit of sun on their leg, or a little bit of sun on, and I don't want them sitting in the sun, so I place them in areas where there's never any sunlight. I also, like I said, Ryder, he's big. I mean, it's hard to just put him anywhere. So I love my Ryder. Let me tell you, I love my Ryder. You guys haven't seen a lot of him, but I've been really enjoying him. So I put him on this little sleeper thing, like this little one-piece baby gap snap thing, and I put him in his seat, and I put him in my room, and he'll probably be a baby that stay in my room because he's a very special baby to me. So Ryder, you know, I move them, but that's another thing. You don't want to put your babies like sitting in direct sunlight. I don't know what the effect will be exactly. I know years ago I had a baby that was done. It was, you know, pretty much by an artist that was just starting and everything, and the baby was sitting in the sun, and it started to shine, become shiny. I don't know, and I never could get it to not keep going back to the shiny. So but the artist was able to get him back, redo him and everything, and he was in the fine. But the direct sunlight, I think, played a part on that. Another thing, really quickly, since we're talking about taking care of our babies, I watched on Facebook the other day, I saw someone like immersing their vinyl into bath water, like completely immersing it in water. That's fine, that's their prerogative. I wouldn't suggest that. I know that some people say they've done it and it's fine. I just wouldn't suggest it, as well as, like I told you guys before, baby wipes. Don't use that on your dolls, especially on your reborns, because that will take the pain off sometime, or dull it down and take the matting off. Eventually it will take the pain off. It just depends, you know, scrubbing and wiping with alcohol products and all the different products that you use in the hair and stuff like that. Just, you know, you got to be careful because these are hand painted items. With my reborns, I pretty much just, like I say, take a little soft unused paintbrush and dust out the ears, the nose, the eyes, and stuff like that. And, you know, pretty much if they feel like they're dusty on their limbs, I'll like just kind of with a soft cloth just wipe them off. I don't need to wet it or anything, just dust them off. With my silicone babies, you know, if they get dusty or have a lot of lint or fuzzies on them or something, I put them in the bathtub, which is fun. I like that. And I rinse them with just water. I don't use any type of product in there. And I think it's perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues with doing that. I do kind of have mixed feelings about the powder. As much as I love powdering my babies, I remember when I had silicone babies before in the past, I felt like the powder was doing something weird to the matting and stuff. That was just my thought process, but maybe it was because I wasn't cleaning the powder off completely. It dulls down their color and stuff like that. So I mean, it's okay if your baby is sticky, of course that's what you should use, but if it's not and you don't need it, I don't really see the purpose of putting it on it. I know that it's fun and it's great when you're doing videos, powdering the baby and all that. Maybe just in the diaper area, or put some in the diaper itself, brush it on the diaper so it have that baby smell and be that. Best case scenario, if you want a good scent, what I do sometimes is I will spray my baby clothes, hang them up, like when I first get them or something, the clothes, and I will hang the clothes up so it's good and dry. Next time I pull it out to put it on the baby, it has that baby smell to it. I just really don't try not to use as much product. But yeah, so that is that for those that may be getting a new baby and may be concerned. Amanda was saying about using a comb instead of a brush on the hair. I have tried that out and I do kind of actually like that, using the comb instead of the brush. It does seem to where it's a little less harsh on the baby head, especially if it's micro rooted, directionally rooted. It doesn't tangle as much. But I do use a brush. I use a baby brush or a soft toothbrush. With Clairtel adults, the hair doesn't pull as easily. I mean, it will pull out, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't like just, you know, I've seen some silicone babies where the hair just, you rub it and it's just hair falling out. That's usually when the rooter don't root as deep. But for the most part, I'll be honest with you, all the way down to the cheapest silicone that I've ever had. I'm feeling a soft spot, sorry. All the way to the cheapest silicone baby that I've had, the hair did not just fall out like people make it out to be. When you're handling your babies, you know, handle them with care. Even when I'm lifting him under his arms, it may look like I'm really pulling him on his arms, but the most support is really on his back. I'm not putting a lot of pressure here because I don't want him to end up with any tears under his arms or anything like that. When I'm posing them for pictures and stuff, if their legs don't seem to go in that position easily, I don't force it. as well as like the armatures. I use the armatures, but I don't force them. If they don't go, you know, I want it to go further up, and you see how it's giving me that resistance, I'm not gonna force it. So I think a lot of stuff that we do and a lot of problems that we encounter with our babies is because we sometimes we just be a little too rough, or we forget to really, the real fact is that they are dolls and they are a form of art. They're more than art to us, but at the same time they are handmade and hand painted, and they aren't real, so they're not gonna move exactly like a real baby, right, Puckapoo? But like I said, I've loved him enough to where sometimes he blinks, sometimes he cools, and he is becoming a real boy. He is, isn't he? In my little head. He's becoming a real boy. He is so cute. Lilianne Breedveld does very cute expressions on her babies, the faces. I love her little faces. They're so cutie Rudy. Cutie patootie. I guess for me, I think Lilianne and Claire Taylor kind of both do not just the average real pretty faces, but expression faces where they look like they're gonna coo, or they look like they're gonna speak, or they, you know, are gonna cry or something, and not just like a blank canvas. So I really like that. It makes them look more realistic to me. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, this video is extremely long, and I'll thank you guys again for watching. And if you made it to the end, that's great. Kudos. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.